was supposed to be a ZZ solve.
Many high-level speedcubers will tell you that the ZZ method is slower than the CFOP method. But learning the ZZ method can be good because it teaches you about edge orientation and block building. And both of these can be somewhat useful in other events. So the first step of the ZZ method is edge orientation, and you have to understand what exactly to look for. First, we'll pick an orientation, which is going to be white bottom and green front. So there are two categories of edges we'll be looking at. Either the edge comes from the top or the bottom, so it has white or yellow on it, or it doesn't, so these four here don't have white or yellow on them. Next, every piece has a key sticker. For all the yellow pieces, yellow is its key sticker. So if you see green or orange on the yellow piece, then that's not the key sticker. For all the white pieces, white is its key sticker. And for all the pieces that don't have white or yellow, the key sticker is the front, which is green, or the back, which is blue. Now what we're going to do is for every single edge, we're going to check if its key sticker is on top, on the bottom, or on these two front or these two back stickers. So you have to memorize exactly where we're looking. If the key sticker is there, it's a good edge. If it's not there, it's a bad edge. So here's some examples of white and yellow edges. Remember, for white and yellow edges, the key stickers are just white or yellow. So for example, this one is a good edge because its key sticker is on the top, bottom, or front two or back two. For this one, before I say it, maybe try for yourself. This one is a bad edge because the key sticker is not on the top. This one back here, this one is a bad edge because its key sticker is not back here. And this one on the bottom, this one is a good edge because the key sticker is on the bottom. All right, now for edges that are not white or yellow, the key stickers are either green or blue because they're the front or back colors. So this one is a good edge because its key sticker is here and that is on top. This one is a bad edge because its key sticker is on this side, but we want to see it over here. Okay, now this is a scramble done with white top and green front. We're going to flip it over so it's white bottom, green front. Here I'll point to each edge and say if it's good or bad, and if you want you can pause the video and see if you can figure it out yourself. Bad, good, 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 bad, bad, good, 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 bad. All right, so the bad edges are these two and these two. Now, how are we going to fix the bad edges? Anytime you do an F move, or if you do an F prime move, or B prime, that changes all of the edges in the layer you just turned from good to bad or from bad to good. So obviously a solved cube is all good edges. If you want to check right now, you can go through all of these and just make sure that they're all bad edges. And if I do it again, you can check that these are all now good edges. And the same goes for the back layer. So what we want to do with these two and these two is put them all in the front or all in the back. Now, in order to put them into the front or back, we cannot be using F or B moves because that will switch a bunch of edges from good to bad. So this one's a pretty simple case where these two are already in the front face. We can move this one to the front by doing U. We can move this one to the front by doing D. Now we have four bad edges in the front layer. And what we're going to do is F or F prime, doesn't matter. I will do F prime. And then now if you can check all of these, they are all good now. The amount of bad edges you can get will always be an even number. If it is a multiple of 4, so 4, 8, or 12, you can just put 4 bad edges in the front or in the back and then do a front or back move, and that will reduce the number by 4, and so on. If you have 6 or 10 bad edges, you can do the same thing, but that will get you down to 2 bad edges. All right, here we have 2 bad edges, this one and this one. How to deal with this case is we're going to turn it into a 4 bad edge case, and then we can solve it as usual. So what we do is put one of them in the front or back. It doesn't matter which one, so I'll take this one and put it in the front. And now I'm going to do an F or F prime move, so I will do F. And what that does is it makes this one good now, but all the other 3 that were good are now bad. Remember how F or F prime just changes good to bad and bad to good. So now that these 3 are bad, we also have this one is bad. So just like before, we can set them all in the same layer. So I can do U, R prime, U prime to get that edge over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do F or F prime move. And now all of the edges are good. That's it for edge orientation in this video, but if you want to see more EO examples, I will put them in the description. Okay, so back to the original scramble where I have these 2 bad edges and these 2 bad edges. So how I solved them was U, D, and then F prime. Once you have all good edges, we'll be doing F2L, but not the same way it's done in CFOP. So first you want to solve the front cross edge and the back cross edge, which in this case are green and blue. So I have blue here, I will move it here, move green here, get them across from each other, and then move them all to the front and back. Next from here, you have a ton of options, but generally what you want to do is solve a pair and an edge together to make a square. So you have to be able to get creative with this part, but what I mean, for example, is I'm going to make a pair of this one, like this, F2L pair, and then I will solve the edge that goes with it. like this, and then just put them all in together at once. And the other way this can be done is instead of making F2L pairs like this, you can make cross edge to corner pairs. So in this case, pairing up this one with this one would look like this, R prime U R. And that pairs them up here, and just insert it with the edge that goes with it. So again, it is one edge and one pair, put them together, that makes a square. And once you make a square, you can move on to the other side, or you can finish off this side. So I will just show what it looks like to finish off this pair. I mean, it's the same as F2L. You can pair up these two and insert it here. And then you do a similar idea on this side. This cross edge happened to already be solved, but it isn't always that way, so I'll just take it out and show what could happen. We could get this pair to be made and then insert all of these together like this. And of course, once you finish that square, you just do an F2L pair on the same side, so we can just solve this pair. Once you've done that, you solve the last layer however you want, but since all of the edges are oriented, you can use ZBLL, which is only one algorithm from here, although you do have to memorize over 400 to be able to do this. Or you can use COLL, or you can just use regular OLL and PLL. It doesn't really matter what you choose to do. Block building along with edge orientation are very useful for fewest moves. But as a speed solving method, you can get very fast with the ZZ method, but I do not recommend it. I would recommend choosing CFOP or Roux instead. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.